Good morning and welcome to the Smart Life Club. I'm Vicki Helm, and today I'm so excited. I'm so excited for today to happen. I've been looking forward to it. You can see that we have our Wednesday guest on, and our Wednesday guest is Felicia Slattery. Now, I read these great bios of people who have done this and that and the other and everything else, and they're so successful. And Felicia is right up there with probably one of the most successful people that I know. She's a best-selling author. She's a speaker, an international speaker, one of the best networkers. She has a radio show. She's got a lot going on. I see you guys coming on. How great to see you today. Do me a favor. Check in, put your name down below, and let's say hello to Felicia. So listen, you guys can hello Brandon. Brandon said hello, Vicki and Felicia. Barb, howdy, Felicia and Vicki. Nice to see you guys on. Welcome. Come on aboard. And we're going to have some fun today. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone coming on. And so listen, we're going live on YouTube. If you're there, welcome. Hit the like button and join us. And we're going live on a couple of places on Facebook. Welcome. Join us. Listen, above here, just above here, you're going to see a link that says StreamYard/Facebook. If you click on that, a blue button will come up and say they have permission to see your name. And sometimes the only people I'll see their names for are the people who click that link. So please join us and click that link. If you're new here, this is the place where we share inspiration, insight. We give motivation, tips, and strategies and things that are going to help you produce more in your life, have more success, more happiness, more wealth, and more joy. This is a place where we come together and just have a coffee break. Hey, Dee Dee, nice to see you on. Happy Hump Day, Felicia. Happy Hump Day, Felicia. That's like Wednesday welcome. Thank you. So grab your cup of joe, whether it's chocolate, hot chocolate, or tea, or coffee, or water, and sit down because we are about to blow your mind. So here's what I want to say about Felicia. I want to give my own introduction to Felicia. And this is why Felicia, I actually sat and I thought, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Don. Good morning, Felicia and Vicki. Thank you very much. Nice to see you guys on. Thank you for being here today. So here's the thing. Here's the most important thing. I want to get very real about why and who I put on in the Smart Life Club as guests. And as I was contemplating, as I was kind of praying and saying, what's the one word that describes Felicia? What's the one word? I know most people would say fun or exciting, and you'll see she's fun and funny and exciting. But the word that came to me was devoted. And I really sat and thought about that today. Devoted. She is one of the most devoted people I've ever met my whole life. She's devoted to her business. She's devoted to her family. She's devoted to her community. She's devoted to entrepreneurs that are networking. She's devoted to her clients. And I know this because I have been one of her clients. I've actually purchased her products, her speaker machines, and things like this. I know how devoted she is to helping me succeed, and she's helped me become a better speaker over time. And so because I have this one word to describe her, it is that question that she asked today. Do you know the importance of promoting yourself? To the point where somebody says, what's your brand? She's a devoted person, 100%, 100% of the time. So what I want you to do right now is relax. You can ask questions, jump on in. And, today I had this whole slew of questions that I wanted to ask you. And then I thought, no, let's go freeform today. I do want you to sit down and tell everybody about you. And I just want them to meet you in the way that I know you. I enjoy how you speak so much. And I've learned so much from you, and I enjoy your posts and everything about you. And so I just want to welcome you to the Coffee Break Show. Please welcome Felicia Slattery, and just tell us something about you. I don't care what it is. Just tell us anything you want to tell us about you.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to live up to that. Hi, Vicki. Thanks for having me here. Wow, that is so sweet. I love that you really thought so much about the word that you chose to describe me. And I'm just honored to be here and so happy to be here with you all and your coffee break today. And so you said a lot about myself, but I work with people who are experts, who are smart people, who want to put themselves out into the world so that their ideal potential clients, customers, and those that they can best serve with the skills that God has given them, that they can be found. And Sadie's excited about it too. I got my little training thing here. She gets a little excited when I get excited. So anyway, so that's what I do. Okay, stop now. So that's what I do. Oh my gracious. She was quiet the whole time. And then all of a sudden I get excited.
She's just agreeing with me. Right now, she is saying right now, mommy's the best. Mommy is the best. Mommy's the best.
Oh my gosh. All right. So anyway, so that's what I love to do. And I think that really the biggest thing about promoting yourself is if you're not willing to step out and promote yourself, nobody else is going to want to do it for you. You have to be the first person to raise your hand and say, yes, I'll do that thing. And so I don't know however many other guests you've had on before, but I know this is a new thing for you to have guests on your coffee break. And, a lot of times when I'm a guest on podcasts or shows like this or whatever, people say, well, send us your bio. And normally I do, but I love to hear people who know me and who've been clients and friends for a long time. Those introductions are way better than any written bio. And so I like to tell people, prepare for each individual situation on its own so that in those moments where you're out there and you're promoting yourself, use your best judgment. And like if you or one of your team members would say, no, we really need a bio. Like, all right, fine, here's your bio. But they were like, well, you can send us a bio or you don't have to. And Vicki can say whatever she's so excited. I was like, let Vicki talk. It'll be awesome. So one of the best things you can do for yourself is allow other people to promote you, but they've got to know who you are first. They've got to know that you exist. And in order to do that, you've got to promote yourself. So that's what I want to say about that.
Totally. I so agree with that. This is on fire right now. I just want to go to the side. Welcome, everyone. I want to start with Brandon. Brandon says, I see she exudes confidence. Yes, she does. She's a very confident speaker.
Okay, wait, I got to say something about that. So the thing about confidence is because I've taught a lot about confidence over the years. And interestingly or not, believe it or not, people are not willing to buy something around confidence. They want to buy the result, and confidence comes along with it. So that's what I've learned to do is like, I'm going to bundle confidence in with what other people, they think they want. But confidence, this is a writer downer. Confidence is contextual.
Confidence is contextual. Somebody put that in there.
And what does that mean? It means that under certain circumstances, you may be super uber confident. And in other circumstances, you may have zero confidence whatsoever.
I totally agree with that. And most of the time, sometimes they expect speakers or things to be 100% confident all the time. And you're confident in where your aces in your places. And sometimes you have enough confidence to push through, but you're still feeling that nervousness as well. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, like I've been speaking in front of audiences of hundreds and thousands since I was 7 years old. So you hand me a microphone, girl,
you're good to go.
I'm good. But like, and my clients always laugh at me when I'm working with private clients and stuff. And I'm trying, like, something will come up and I'll have to figure out some kind of a math problem or whatever. And I'll be like, I don't even know. Nobody hires me for math. And like, and then,
me either.
Yeah. And then somebody was asking me, I help some of my clients, I help them develop, because when we're doing speeches and we're getting them out there and we're doing books and stuff, generally their websites kind of suck and they know it. So I'll go, all right, let me help you fix your website. Well, I don't program the stuff. I have zero confidence in that, but I know I have 100% confidence in what needs to go on that website and what words need to be there. And so confidence is a contextual kind of thing. Beautiful. And so you want someone, and if you yourself are an expert, you just need to exude confidence around your area of expertise. So that's what I want to say about that, Brandon.
Yeah, okay. Brandon, that's really great. She does exude confidence. And she's also, what I noticed about that reply was, did you see the integrity in it right then from that beginning? Somebody put up your website. If you want to know more about Felicia, if you haven't been involved with Felicia, you're crazy. If you want real expertise, go do it. FeliciaSlattery.com, FeliciaSlattery.com. It's all there. That's what's really great. Barb says brilliant performers in so many ways. Thank you. But what I enjoy about Felicia so much is that we can just both be in our authenticity. Both of us speak rather fast. To me, it's fun. I want to let you know, if you haven't seen a speech if you can see her speak, you want to go see her speak because it's powerful. It draws you in. You laugh a lot. Then you cry at the end and it's very inspirational. She just makes you feel like a hot mess. You're just like, hey, this is really great. But at the end, you've learned something and you've grown. I really, really remember the very first time I saw you speak. And I looked at that and you were the only woman speaker. That was it. The only woman speaker I had there. And I love men. Thank you very much for speaking for us. But there was one woman and I was like, okay, those are big shoes to fill. She's got to get up on stage and do it by herself. And she delivered so much.
For the ladies.
That's right. I was so impressed with that. I can see it in her smile. Thank you very much. She does have a great smile. Good morning from Jan. I love Jane. Jan Goodhart is her name, and I just love her name, Goodhart. Love it. Hey, Karen. Hey, Felicia is incredible women business owner, speaker, and servant leader. That's right. And I want to talk about that. I want to have 3 keys from you. Now, listen, I had prepared questions, but now she's so good. I just want to fire questions. I have not prepared this question. I think it's so important. What are 3 key things that make a good servant leader? 3 things that make a good servant leader. Now, I want to let you know, I just put her on the spot and I'm going to do it over and over and over through this interview. Thank you for being with us.
All right. So 3 key things that make you a good servant leader. The first one is to be willing to listen. Mm-hmm. And I do that. You know, leadership is an interesting thing. Sometimes people who have their own solo kind of business or consultant business on their own, they're like, well, I'm not really a leader. I don't have anybody yet. Oh, you're leading yourself and you're leading the people, your clients, your customers to buy from you. So you absolutely 100% are a leader. So number 1 is being willing to listen. And the easiest way that I know to listen is to ask questions. And you ask questions and then zip your face. Really. And that's hard to do, especially when you're somebody who you're like, well, she said to put myself in the spotlight. So I guess I'm in the spotlight, but also be willing to listen. So that's number 1. The second thing in terms of being a servant leader is to be willing to make adjustments and not be attached to the answers to those questions. Yes. So earlier we were talking about confidence, and that's one of the things I've been asking the same question since about 2006. What's your biggest question or concern or challenge around speaking to market your business? And I will tell you, even though the word wasn't used, the answer was confidence over and over and over and over again. So I thought for sure a winning product was going to have the word confidence in it. And I've created products and programs and training and stuff over the years, lots and lots of it. And I would sometimes put the word confidence in the title. And guess what? Those were always the lowest selling things. And it was really fascinating to me. But I realized, like, well, you know what? I'm not attached. Like, I know because people have told me this is what they need and they want. So I will give that to them, but I'm going to give it to them in a package and in a form that they want it. Mm-hmm. And so you can't be attached to the answers. And so that's the second thing. And then the third thing I would say is, we're talking about promoting yourself, but you can do so in a humble way. You can give credit where credit is due. Mm-hmm. There have been a handful of people over the years. We hear this, comes up a lot, that they're like stealing other people's quotations and using them as their own. So that's a super easy thing you can do. If you're on social media and you're using quotations that somebody else said, it's like take 10 seconds and Google the quotation if you don't know who it is, and then give credit to that person. Awesome. Or if you learned a technique from somewhere, like there's literally nothing new under the sun.
That's right.
Maybe there is, but not in my world. There's not. I mean, I don't deal in the tech world where like there are new stuff, but like where I live, I'm teaching stuff that Aristotle taught, for goodness sakes, right? Like, so like I'm going to give credit where credit is due. And also, have you ever seen those consultants and coaches and people that like, they want to take credit for their clients and, before they came, they were the hot mess and then they did everything I said and they're amazing because they followed my directions and I'm awesome. It's me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Show your face. No, it's about what your client was willing to do. And
That's right.
You opened a few doors for them, or you gave them something, you did something with them that helped them. But like, the credit goes to the person who actually did all the work.
That's right.
So
Speak it. I get so proud of my clients when they succeed. I love my goal is to lift all boats. And I think it's so important, those three things you said. Brandon's asking a question. So am I correct in saying a leap of faith is necessary to sell yourself?
I think a leap of faith is necessary when you own a business, period. I mean, in every aspect.
That's right.
Of owning your business. So yeah, I mean, you have to be willing to, and have faith in the marketing messages that you share about yourself. I always say, share the best parts about you, but don't be the first one to believe all of your press. Right?
That's right. Be humble.
I put stuff out. I mean, I write bios for my clients and of course for myself. And, you see, like, if you go to any of the things that I've written about, like, yeah, I say that I did good stuff, but because the stuff that I've done, people go, wow, that's really cool. You did that. And I go, well, yeah, I did that. So, all right. But like, I still am like, I'm in my kitchen. I clean my kitchen every day,
That's
like,
right.
My husband and I fight about keeping the bathroom counter cleared off. Like, I couldn't be more a regular mom.
That's right.
So take that leap of faith, share the good stuff about yourself, what you've done for your business, and also remember who you are and where you came from.
Thank you. So I want to let you know, I'm going to catch up here because they are talking. Karen says confidence is contextual. That's right. If you are confident as a consultant, but if you aren't confident in math, it's okay to say it's not your wheelhouse. That's right. Brandon says, next time you're in the tri-state area, I'd love to check you out, Felicia.
Which tri-state area? We got lots of tri-state areas.
Yes, tri-state area. Where is that? Robin says, yes, be a servant leader. Thank you. The first time I saw Felicia speak was at a Ken MacArthur Impact event. She was stellar. Yes, she was. Sean Olson. Hey, Sean, nice to see you. Thank you for coming on. Hashtag on the spot. Yes, she is. Robin said, number 1, be willing to listen. Yes, that's very important. Servant leader. Yes. Number 2, make adjustments. Yes. Thank you very much. Be willing to listen and ask questions. Wow. I hadn't thought about that in the context. Wow. Oh boy, you guys are still talking really fast. Let's see. Be a humble servant leader. Yes. They did the work. Yes, they did. Don't always take credit for how your success. You want success stories, but you don't want the success stories to always be about you. Sean says, we just give our version of how we understand what's already been given. We just say it a bit differently. That's correct. We certainly do that. Karen says, be a humble giver and a grateful receiver. That's from Joni Lucero. Be a humble giver and a grateful receiver. Yes, I think that's so important. Take a second to give credit to the source of the quotes and success. Yes, take credit. This is a very integrous thing to do when you do that. Take a second to give credit to the source of the quote. Thank you for your slice of normalcy. Thank you. They're saying, Felicia, thank you for your slice of normalcy. I know successful moms, successfully devoted people. Joni says, always be humble, be approachable, love your bubbly, beautiful smile. They said, Felicia, thank you. She does have a good smile, isn't she? So New Jersey is where they're at. They're like, when you're in the tri-state area of New Jersey and wherever you're speaking, 1,000-watt smile, said Robin out there. Thank you very much. You guys, I'm going to start firing some questions at her because we have her here. I'm going to bleed her mind of as much as I can. I want you guys to have the absolute experience of why she's so good. And the reason I'm doing this is because here's the deal. This is what authenticity looks like. It's confidence and being willing to show up. Even if the question, let me think about that. Are you willing to show up? So why is it so important to promote yourself? Why is it that when you get out there, what are maybe 3 things about promoting yourself that you think are the key to long-term branding? Long-term branding, not an event branding, but long-term branding. You get what I'm asking?
Yep. All right. So why is it so important to promote yourself? Because you got to eat. That's first answer to that question. All right. So the 3 things, you keep asking me for 3 things. 3 things for long-term branding. All right. So this one, I don't do this now because we're here now, but I want you to Google my name later. Just Google Felicia Slattery and then make maybe your afternoon coffee break. And then enjoy about 11 or 12 pages of stuff about Felicia Slattery. You don't have to click on every link. But the point of that is, one of the things for long-term branding, and I will tell you, these days I'm not a giant fan of internet marketing. I'm actually I don't email my subscriber list. Like all of 2019, I didn't email my subscriber list one time.
Me too.
I'm kind of over it. And also I've got like 10,000 people that are just kind of sitting there, and Vicky, you're one of them. And I'm like, I should send them something, send them a little something of value once in a while. That would be fine. I could do that. So anyway, but when you Google my name, I come up all kind of places. And so the first thing that I want you to think about doing, and this is kind of a techie sort of thing, but start to attach your name to as many things as you can that are on the internet. And
that's right.
And make them all be good and positive, by the way, because people will go back 10 years and be like, oh, she said that thing that one time about blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, good gravy. Right. So
yeah.
Be positive. So that's 2 things. So the first is make sure you attach your name to everything that you're doing. So like any images that are of you on your website, make sure it's your full name, not like, headshot 2020 or something like that. Like make sure it's your name. Make sure that any blog post you put up, in addition to the keywords on your blog post, it's your name. Brand your name as much as you can, because when people are looking to work with you, like if you want to work with me, Google my name and see, like, is this a lady who, she showed up fun on the show with Vicky, and Vicky said a lot of nice things about her, but I don't know anything about her. Well, great. Google my name and see what you come up with. That's what people are going to do to you. So attach your name to as many. So any videos you put up, like on YouTube, make one of the keywords be your whole name. All right. So videos, pictures, posts, articles, whatever, your full name needs to be attached to as many things as you can. All right. Second thing is be positive.
Yes.
Be positive. You can be polarizing and still be positive. That's correct. That is possible. Oh, look, I got all the P's. I'm like, I'm alliteration queen today. So you can, it's possible to be positive and be polarizing at the same time. So what do I mean by that? So you've probably heard like, oh, you should pick a side and be on your side. You can. But that doesn't mean you got to talk bad. You're not trash talk somebody else to be positive, to be polarizing. You can say something that's controversial. So one of my books is called Kill the Elevator Speech.
Good. So I love that.
You know how I feel about that clearly by the title, right? Yes. And it's a very polarizing thing. People have spent a lot of money thinking that they need to have an elevator speech, and they took a class and learn how to do it, and they think that they should. And I don't like it. I hate it. Well, yeah, because everybody hates them. So
that's right.
And so, like, yes, I'm polarizing about that point. And there's a handful of people that don't like me for that. And those are the people that wrote books about how to do an elevator speech.
Yeah. And what's interesting? What's interesting about what you're saying is that there are some things that we do on the internet, or some things that we do that just don't work. They don't work. Like, so it doesn't work to spam a Facebook group with your products or services or anything. It does not work. To me, also, as a leader, one of the most empowering things I have been is an author. I think that's a good way to start. And Felicia, you mentioned a couple of books. I know that you're a multiple best-selling author, and I'm wondering, will you pull your latest book up and say, or can somebody pull she's like, do I have a copy of my book? Where's my book? This
is my journal that I use. It's a daily business meeting with God journal. And so it's just a journal, and it's something this is my personal journal. That's why I had it at my hand. Like literally I use it myself.
Perfect.
It's a fantastic way if you don't start your business day with God. But I'm going to tell you my third point, because I got a third point.
Yes, you go.
All right. So the third point in terms of long-term branding is to build your audience, your fans, your followers, your friends of audience, and never burn any bridges. Like stay friends with people, stay in contact with people, and connect with them. So a lot of people make the mistake of using social media like a broadcast tool. And they're just constantly broadcasting. And I will be, I don't use it that way. sometimes I will go days without making a post myself, but I've been on there because I'm commenting on other people's stuff, and I'm literally liking the babies and being sad for the losses and celebrating the wins, and just taking a few seconds to support and be with other people. Like Vicki, you said, all boats rise together. And that also means that you're in it together. And so when you are out there doing that and connecting with other people, and I mean, if you want to be strategic about it, you can be strategic. Like, who are the people who are the influencers in your world? Who are the people? And an influencer, by the way, doesn't necessarily have to be someone with thousands and thousands of followers or fans or friends or something like that. An influencer can be somebody who they have the ear of somebody who's got millions of folks. So, and that person could be someone who is an influencer because they influence a person who's got the millions of fans, whatever. So, I mean, you could be strategic if you want. For me, I just love my people, and
it's so true. It's so true, because I really love your posts. I mean, the ones with your 10 days of your daughters, by the way, you have the most talented, brilliant daughters. I'm so proud of them. And I'm not even their mom. I'm like, look how good she sings. And look, she was in this play, and look what they're constantly succeeding. And I absolutely love that. So I just want to go ahead and catch up here, because I mean, we're on fire here with people in the questions and the statements. Let's go here. Let's see. I love this. Good question, Brandon. I love that. Thank you. So you can be positive and still be polarizing. That seems to be a theme right now, because more than one of you put it up there. You can be polarizing and still be positive. Thank you for that insight, Felicia. #truth. That's right. You guys got it going on. Okay. I will be exposing myself. What's an elevator speech? ? Ooh, good question, Dee Dee. Good question. Thank you for being brave enough to ask. What's an elevator speech? Can you give that one a go?
Yes. So the elevator speech, if you are a networker, it's the thing that when people ask you the question, what do you do? Folks, there are some people in the world who will say, well, you need to have a thing memorized. And the thing memorized is called an elevator speech.
That's right.
And so that's, and they'll say, well, it should, and the concept behind it is, it should be something that is, when you get in an elevator and you go up or down or whatever in this elevator, you should, however long it takes you to get to the floor you're going to get off at, that's how long it should take you to say. So that could be 30 seconds. I've heard people say up to 2 minutes, like 2 minutes, good gravy. Are you giving a speech or like a monologue to the stranger, who just said, what do you do? And so that's what an elevator speech is. The reason I'm against them is because in a conversation with another human being, having something memorized to say is the opposite of connection. It's actually what I call it verbal vomiting. Like nobody wants to be verbally vomited on. You feel like you need to shower afterwards, and it's just gross. So and why would you want to be that person who does that to somebody else? So in terms of the elevator speech, Vicki, if you don't mind, I'm just going to give a couple quick tips. So really people are only going to remember, and this is not Felicia Slattery saying this. This is research from communication monographs and some other academic sources. I was a college professor for a bunch of years, so I lean on that stuff. People are going to remember 2 to 4 words about you. That's it. 2 to 4 words. So now, if they're only going to remember 2 to 4 words, do you want them to figure out what those 2 to 4 words are? Or do you just want to say what they are? And the words that you choose should be words that people are familiar with and comfortable with. If you remember, for those of us who grew up in the 80s, remember there was this thing they called moms who stayed at home like domestic
workers or something.
It was like some other weird domestic engineer. Yes, that was it. Like, what the heck? Like, stop making crap up. Like, nobody wants to hear the made up thing, because there's actually neuroscience that says if you throw out a phrase that somebody has never heard, number one, people are generally not brave like you are and say, what's an elevator speech? Like, people aren't going to go, I don't know what that is, right? Most people are going to just go, oh, okay. And then they're going to walk on. But they're never going to remember you because they have no synapses in their brain to hook to whatever that is. So just say what those 2 to 4 words are. Say what you do in recognizable language. Because if you say, I'm a graphic designer, people go, oh, okay. Maybe they don't know exactly what your job is, but they have an idea of what it is. Oh, I'm a leadership coach. Great. Okay. I have an idea. I know what leadership and coaching is. Okay. I got an idea what that means. Right. So fantastic. So then the next time they're out and about and somebody's like, hey, I need a graphic designer, they'll remember you if
Yeah.
Here's the second part of the elevator speech thing. If you ask a question that makes them remember you, and here's the question you ask. Don't ask, what do you do? Ask, how did you get started? How did you get started? It's 5, and then you shake their hand. How'd you get started? Okay. Why do you ask that question? Because when you ask somebody the question, how did you get started doing the work that you do right now? I mean, you don't even have to know what they do. Just how did you get started doing the work you're doing right now? And then they will answer, and they're going to tell you their story. And in that moment where they're telling you their story, they're remembering back, because generally we start something, we're excited about it, and we feel really good about it. So what's happening in their body is they're having positive endorphins are rushing through their body. And in that moment, that again, people aren't going to remember what you said. They're going to remember how you made them feel.
That's
you
right.
made them feel happy. So now you gave them 2 to 4 words that they can remember, because they've got a spot in their brain for graphic designer or leadership coach or whatever it is. So they've got the spot in their brain, and you made them feel good. They are going to walk away from that moment like, wow, that person is amazing. I love him or her. They are awesome. So that's my spiel on the elevator speech. Okay.
And that was, thank you. That was, you guys, that was some of the most powerful keys you got today. Listen, the phone wires over here are on fire right now. Listen, Karen put in the link to the Daily Business Meeting with God. And that link is right there. You can go ahead and purchase it from that thing right there, right there. Sean says, it's your quick speech about what you offer or provide. Yes, it is. Thank you very much. There's a Facebook user. Welcome to Facebook user. Somebody give me a name of that Facebook user. I'm not sure it is. Yes, write a book. I became the health and fitness expert on a live radio show only 2 months after writing my first book. Thank you, whoever that Facebook user is. I'm going to go down here because there's more of you talking and wanting to say, don't ask what you don't ask, what do you do? Instead, ask, how did you get started? Brilliant, Felicia. Thank you. Bonus. Thank you. How did you get started? Love it. Everybody likes that. So here's what I want to ask you. I want to ask is that, and this to me is very important. I begin each morning with devotion, because that sets the tone for my day. And when I set the tone for my day usually unfolds the way my devotion is. But there are some times when I get knocked down or maybe things don't go my way, or something happens with my technology when I have that sense of urgency where I want to have it done yesterday. What do you do? And I'm going to tap out 3 things, 1 thing, whatever thing, however many things you want to share with us. What do you do when it begins to all fall apart? How do you put yourself back together and make it so that you are productive again, so that your productivity stays and maintains? Because to me, you are a really productive person. I mean, 5 minutes before you were on this show, you were with your client, and I know that. And so she's just on it. So what happens if you get knocked off course? How do you get back on the horse and continue? What do you get? What do you do? What are your secrets?
Well, it depends on the level to which you're knocked off the horse. So, you know, and sometimes you just got to give yourself grace.
Yes.
My dad died in December today.
That's right.
My parents' 54th wedding anniversary. So, you know, I'm sad today.
Sure.
And I'm here and I'm happy to be here. But
thank you.
So, you know, so let's just say it's not like a major life thing like that. Let's just say you're just kind of in a funk. And like you said, like technology isn't going the way you want it to go. Things are like, All right. So first thing I do is I get back in gratitude. And I literally will sit. And in fact, one of the first things that you do in the Daily Business Meeting with God is you list all the things you're grateful for. And so when I'm really feeling in like super funk mode, I'll take out a notebook and I will list all of the things. Or I'll like force myself to go to 100 things that I'm grateful for and I can't repeat them. So, you know, and like, you can't be like, I'm grateful for food in my refrigerator. Like, okay, I can't just say that 75 times, right? So I'm grateful for my apples. I'm grateful for my oranges. I'm like, no, you got to think of 100 things. So like force yourself to really think about. And so what that does is it takes your focus off of the things that are not working and it forces you to consider what really is working, what's really good in my life right now. So that's huge, huge. Second thing is, I think you should keep a testimonial file. So anytime anybody says
Yes.
something nice about you, stick it in a file on your computer somewhere.
I do have that.
I like it. Yeah,
I
you
love
have
it.
to have it.
You
have
do.
to. And if somebody like writes you a thank you note for something, and they, not a lot of people are sending stuff in the mail anymore, but I have a whole file folder that I save every thank you that anybody sends me, or any card that anybody sends me, because it is so rare and it's fun to look back. And some of them are just a quick, one line thing. Thanks for being on, blah, 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 or, whatever. But some of them are really heartfelt. I save them all. I don't care. And then reading through those, whether it's testimonials or thank yous or just really nice emails or something that somebody said about you that was like, oh, wow, that was so nice. I look back. Oh, and then I also do screen grabs. So when people write type nice things about me on social media, I'll grab that as a screen grab and I put them in a little file that's an image file. And I'll read through those and be like, oh, people like my work. Or they did at one point anyway. Maybe they still might. So that's the second thing, is to do the gratitude thing, and then remind yourself with whatever the testimonial file, I call it, but whatever that is, something there that you read other people's opinion that makes you feel good about yourself. And then the third thing is do something. Period. Do something.
Yes.
And it doesn't even matter what it is. Just do something, even if it's a tiny thing. It really helps if it's a thing that has been kind of weighing on you, and you can get that one thing off your plate.
Yes,
great.
Yes.
But if not, if that still feels heavy to do, well, then pick something else and do that. Maybe it's writing a short post on LinkedIn about your area of expertise, or writing a tip, or, with a hashtag, or finding an image that goes with a quote that you saw recently that you really like. Because that's another thing you can always look at. I go to quotegarden.com, and you can find quotations for everything there.
Yeah, I love a good
match
quote.
that, and then you go to pixabay.com and you find a picture that you like, and then you put the quote. And I hate Canva. I hate it. I can't stand it. I don't use it. It gets confusing to me. So I just use PowerPoint for every freaking thing, because I'm a speaker. So I have PowerPoint open all the time. So I just grab the image, I stick it in PowerPoint. I have an image maker file, and then I put my little graphic in there, and then I play with the fonts until it's a font that I like. And then boom, I did something. And then I put it as a picture, or I put it as my profile on Facebook,
Brilliant.
that thing. So now I did something that's productive, that's in the world, that can inspire other people or motivate other people or whatever. But I did something. So those are the three things.
Felicia, I want to say you guys, we're going to go overtime. We're overtime right now, but there's a lot of questions. Do you want to answer them, or do you want to, what's your timeline? Great. Okay. So next one, Felicia, is there a correlation between a positive label and confidence? How, and if so, how so?
Yes.
Is there a correlation between positive label and confidence, and how so?
Yes. When you are, this is actually, this is an interesting thing. So if you've ever done muscle testing.
Yeah, I love it.
So for people who don't know what muscle testing is, this is a really cool thing. And it's been around for a long time. I mean, I think the first time I saw this was in the 80s. Try this test at home. Okay. And you need another person to do it with, but put your arm out. Oh, there's my arm. There's my
no, exactly.
Put your arm out, right?
Put your arm out.
Yeah, arm out, sideways, in front of you, wherever. And say positive words, things that make you feel good. Even if you just say stuff like, I am smart, I am fun, people really like me, whatever. Just say positive words, and have somebody try to push your arm down. They're not going to be able to. Okay.
That's right.
Then just play along. So now you're super strong, right? Then say some negative words, whatever it is. I'm ugly. I have bad hair.
I'm not enough, or whatever it is. Yeah.
People aren't really going to want to buy from me, whatever, right? Say some negative stuff. And then that same person, using the same amount of pressure, your arm will flip down. It will go down.
Yeah.
Then fix it. Go back and fix it. If you want to end up with a strong mindset, go back. I'm strong. I'm powerful. People like me. People are interested in me. And I know that I can succeed when I do the right things. Boom, you'll be strong again. And so that's the correlation between positivity and confidence, because when you say things out loud, speak them. You can speak things into reality in terms of your emotions. You can't like speak, I have a car in my driveway and it's a brand new car. Like you don't speak that in reality, but you can speak your emotions into reality.
That's right.
I feel, you just get to decide what you feel. Feelings don't just show up. You can, there are feelings that can overcome you and they can overwhelm you if you allow them to. The reason I can be sitting here and sitting in grief that I lost my father suddenly less than 2 months ago and going to the cemetery in just a couple hours from right this minute with my mom to, help her get through this hard day and still be happy and positive and confident is because I have decided that my dad is an awesome guy and we had a lot of love and we had a wonderful life together. And I was so, so, so blessed to have him in my life for as long as I did. And so I'm going to focus on all of the good things. That's what I'm going to think about is the good stuff. And I want you, when you think about the good stuff, it's easy and easier. And think about the good stuff related to yourself, to your business, and to how you serve people, because that's how you become more confident.
Yes. I want to say we have this saying in the Smart Life Club, your thoughts can only do two things. That's it. Just two things. They'll either impair you or empower you. And that's it. Impair you or empower you. And this is the thing. She's made the choice. You have to be able to block your ego, block your little story of negativity right then, right in the moment. And it actually is very much a discipline in the beginning. Somebody said, I'm sorry for your loss. Brandon said, I love the testimonial file. Sometimes that is what gets me through the moment. Take action testimonial file. Somebody just bought your book. Let's see. Testimonial file is wonderful. I have a lot of testimonials. QuoteGarden.com for quotes. Pinterest is another good quote finder. Pixabay, great suggestions. Canva, meme creator. I use it. Okay, I don't either, but you know what? I agree with her. I'm not very fond of it. Is there a correlation between? Okay, we did that positive. Okay, somebody's asking that. I was referring to promoting myself. So if I say Brandon Reynolds, country music artist, will I start to believe it as I sell myself better? That's an interesting question. And I'm wondering if we can shape it differently.
Well, actually, I have something to say about that.
Great. Go for it. If you got it.
I designed my first business card in 2006, when I decided I was going to do whatever it is I'm doing here. I put the word author on that business card. I did not have a book that I had written at that time.
Ooh, yeah.
But I had, remember I was a college professor, I had written a chapter that appeared in a college textbook. And so in my mind, that was author enough. If you have written an article and put it on Medium or put an article on LinkedIn, you are an author. So if you, Brandon, have sung a song and put it on YouTube and you wrote the song and you recorded it, you are a country music recording artist. Congratulations.
That's right.
And that is
That's
not
all
a
it
lie.
takes.
That is the truth. It is country music. It is recorded, and you are the artist who did it. That is the truth. And so you have to realize in promoting yourself, I never want somebody to lie. You never should lie, ever, never, ever. Don't even embellish the truth. But you have to also be willing to own the truth. And owning the truth means looking at what have I done, and does that qualify me to say these words about myself? And if it does, absolutely. And if it doesn't, well, then what the heck? Write a song, record it, and put it on YouTube. Now you're it. Yeah, you call yourself recording artist. Okay, that's it.
Thank you. Brandon says, I'm writing it as we speak. Somebody says, thank you for sending your love and your spirit. I can feel it. Thank you. I want to say, look, I could bleed her to death, but I promised her, like, we're way over time on this. I have a couple of things to say. One of the things about great friendships is that you don't have to always be in each other's face and on the phones all the time. I have a very professional relationship with Felicia. We've spoke on same stages and same venues and been there. And always, always, no matter what, when we sit down for lunch, we start off at the same place. It's such a fantastic relationship. And I want to thank you for being our guest today. I want to thank you. You're our second guest. We had Sterling Valentine on before. You're our second guest. I knew it was going to be fun last night. I was so excited to see you and be able to be with you. You've dropped bombs. You're so gracious. How can the smart people in this room get involved with Felicia Slattery, and where can they get a hold of you, and how can they become involved with you?
Well, I am Felicia Slattery everywhere in the world. So wherever you are hanging out, I spend most of my time networking online on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, those 3 places. So send me a private message somewhere. So I'll be my friend somewhere. Go to my website. If you're interested in getting started, I've got a free gift at howtogetstartedspeaking.com. howtogetstartedspeaking.com. There's some free stuff there. You can pick that up. But or shoot me an email, Felicia@FeliciaSlattery.com. Any of those things are fine. And if you want to talk to me and you want to get on my calendar, go to FeliciaSlattery.com/meeting. And we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. And if you think you want to be a client of mine, I'll ask you why. and if we think it'll be a good fit, I'll say, let's go. So that's ways to get a hold of me.
Great. I want to tell you, they're still firing away. Donald says, be comfortable in your shoes. I'm trying to close this out, really. Wow. This is really, there's so much here. Be comfortable in your shoes like Felicia, be yourself, and no verbal vomiting in the elevator. I love that. Be genuine and encounter people. Thank you, Felicia Slattery, for sharing and being real, genuine, loving, and uplifting. I'm going to close on that one. I love you guys so much. Felicia Slattery, thank you for being real, genuine, loving, and uplifting. I will see you guys all later. Talk to you later. Have a good day. Mwah! Peace out. See you tomorrow.